Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect across the four corners of the earth. This lesson will be about is Job an Edomite? And I believe that is what the title of this lesson will be. Because you still have Israelites saying that Job is an Edomite and that the Edomites could be saved. So I would like to prove in this lesson that Job was not an Edomite. Right? And it's going to be, basic and simple, right? It don't even need to be that deep to go that deep into like scriptures as in just the basics alone could show you that Job was not an Edomite, right? So I like to start off in the book of Baruch chapter 4 verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. So the scriptures is saying here, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. And it was not made known unto the heathen, right? Only the nation of Israel know the things well pleasing unto the Lord, not no other nation. Only the nation of Israel, right? And Job was a perfect and an upright man, a man that feared the Lord and eschewed evil, as the scriptures say. So how would that fit the characteristics of an Edomite? You understand? Just by this statement alone, answer that question. But I have more proof. And I would like to bring out more proof on that. Right? This is the book of Psalms. Chapter 147 and 20. Right? He shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So how was Job perfect and upright? Because he kept the statutes and the judgments unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? For you to be perfect and upright, you ought to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? You ought to know the ways of the Lord. Right? And no Edomite don't know the ways of the Lord. The scriptures speak about Esau was created, you understand, to be the wicked, right? They are the children of the wicked. They were not created to be that righteous vessel, that vessel of honor. All right? Psalms 147 and 19 again. He shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, right? And as for his judgments, they have not known them. So the heathen don't know the judgments of the Lord. They don't know the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, nor do they keep and rehearse them. But when the Lord establishes new covenant with the nation of Israel, right, these other heathens will be under our subjection, and they are gonna practice our culture. They're gonna practice to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They will not get it perfect, and they will never get it perfect, because they're not going to get no new bodies to get it perfect, right? But they could keep it to a certain extent. And will they go off? Yes. And will we punish them for going off? Yes. Right? So 5 billion years could pass, and none of these heathens will never be perfect. Right? That perfection and that righteousness is immortal, as the scriptures say. That's for the nation of Israel. Okay? The rest of the heathens, they're gonna be our servants, our slaves, and they're gonna And we're going to rule over them for eternity. Right? For eternity, forever and ever. Scripture said the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And ever and ever, ever, ever. Right? For eternity. Right? So let me just, come back to the topic. Now we go in the book of Psalms. Psalms again. Chapter 103. And verse 7. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel, not unto the children of Edom. Right? And as the scriptures say, the Lord said, I change not. The scripture said the Lord is the same today, he was the same yesterday, and he will be the same tomorrow. And the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So he does not change, he's the same. Right? He chose these people to be his people. That is what is always going to be. Right? The scriptures say he had not dealt so with any nation. The Lord chose this particular people to be above all the rest of people upon the face of the earth. That is what it's going to be. The Lord don't change. Okay? So as the scripture rightfully say again, Psalms 103 and verse 7, he made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. Right? Not the heathen. The heathen gonna be forced to keep and rehearse the law, statutes, and commandments in the kingdom. They are gonna practice our ways and righteousness. They ain't gonna have the other gods set up. Alright? And they're gonna be having their own thing going on. No, not in the kingdom. Not in the kingdom to come. They all gonna be worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they're gonna be under our rule. Right? So from there we go in the book of James. Right? I have some more points to prove. Right? Basic points. This is the book of James chapter 5 and verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and tender, and of tender mercy. Right? So we have heard the patience of Job. We know that Job is a man of patience, all right, long suffering and integrity. Now, does that fit the spirit of an Edomite? No. Because back then you could look at Esau, right? The forefather of Esau. You understand? Instead of he go on a simple fast, he sold his birthright. You understand? He sold it. And he wasn't under no intense pressure. But he sold it. Something important as a birthright. You sold it for food. You understand? Let me go in the book of Genesis. This is the book of Genesis. Chapter 25 and verse 29. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. And the pottage was red, by the way. For I am faint, therefore was his name called Salakia. I see, I'm thinking it too fast. I read it over again. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Right? And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? So he clearly lacks integrity. He clearly lacks patience and being long suffering. Right? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So the scripture even say he despised it. Right? Now does that fit the characteristics of Job? No. Right? Job would have kept his integrity. Just like our forefather Jacob, kept his integrity when he wrestled that angel and his joints came out of place and he hold on to that angel for that blessing. Where we get that precept? Genesis chapter 32 and verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. So this is our forefather Jacob wrestling an angel. And even though his joint came out of place, dislocated, he still kept his integrity, and he still was fighting. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with the Most High, and with men, and has prevailed. Yasharallah. Right? So this was our forefather. So you clearly see the difference. Right? And this is the loins that our Job came out of. Right? Job is an Israelite. Alright? Job is a Hebrew Israelite. He ain't no damn Edomite. Right? Look at the characteristics. Right? You don't even need to go that deep to understand and see that Job is not a heathen. Job is not a Edomite, and that he's a Hebrew Israelite. Right? And there's plenty other more scriptures that could come out. Right? But I think that is it here for now. If there's anything, I may or may not come back with a part 2. Right? According to wherever the Lord, want me to go into, that's what I'll go into. But I just wanted to bring across this point because of a certain ignorant individual claiming and believing that Job is actually an Edomite. No, Job is no Edomite. Job is an Israelite. Right? I believe, the point was made. And looking to close off this lesson, I want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom unto the elect.